Hello and welcome to round 6 of the UCI Mountainbike Eliminator World Cup for 2024 with me, Emma Martin.
And me, Matt Payne.
It's hard to believe it's over 1 month since we saw Gaia Tormena and Jerome Van Eck take the rainbow stripes at the World Championships in Arlen, Germany. Tormena for the 5th time. Today though, we're here from Brazil. This is round 6 of the World Cup Series. Well, neither of our world champions are taking to the start line today, so it is wide open. Well, the course here in Brazil is a mixture of natural and man-made obstacles, and we will take a look at that shortly. But you can see in front of you the results of the 8th finals for the men's. Well, they have gone through to the quarterfinals, and we are indeed going to cover the quarterfinals very, very shortly. There they are. So Lind, Hauser, Coutu and Micheluzzi, Ceres, Rennes, Valerino, Stiebel, Giovanni, Cocosi, Proano, Quiera, all through along with Borba, Molnar, Castillo and Manchado. Matt, tell us a little bit about the course.
It's a really tricky course, this actually, and it is a course of two halves. As you said, we have the first half of the course. For me, it is what you said. It's very man-made. It's got all of the big bits of action in there. The second half of the course, it is really natural, lots of tree routes. So let's take a look at it now. We're off from our start line, and as you can see, it's a big sprint down here. Quite a narrow start finishing straight, but it's absolutely packed at the side. It's going to be a wall of sound for the riders. And remember that the riders going out for 2 full laps now. The first obstacle, quick jump, super fast onto this. This is a really big drop off. You can actually go straight over the tabletop. Carry too much speed, you end up over jumping into this wall ride. Carry speed around the wall ride right, you'll go very quickly. Get that wrong, you're going to drop off the edge of it. It's going to cause you problems. Straight over the tree roots, easier than it looks because they are about going over it fast and just skipping over as we then come into this. This is the second bar potential wall ride. This is actually part of the local terrain, so really urban. Come round through the side of the grid. It's got to miss some of the tricky sections of the course down there in terms of the surface breaking up and into what is an innocuous corner, but it's taken riders out. This is a treat turn. It's the penultimate turn before the little step up and the chicane here into the finish. But on that treat turn, we've seen riders wash out and hit the deck. Going to be really interesting to see who has got this course started. Our riders taking 2 laps per race, 2 riders through, 2 riders being eliminated until we get into our finals.
Well, it's 30 degrees here in Brazil. It is warm out there for our riders, and the quarterfinal are the first coming up for the men. You can see those riders who have qualified. Now, Simon Gegenheimer went out in the time trial. No Gaia Tormena today. And in the men's time trial, it was Lind who set the fastest time from Ceres from Borba. And the 5th placed rider in the World Cup standings at the moment, Riker, he went out in the 8th finals. Well, it's Coutu from Brazil, Hauser from Austria, Lind from Sweden, and Micheluzzi from Brazil lined up for Heat 1 and ready to go.
Lind of the World Cup Series leader with that red stripe across the jersey with the number 1 play on the fastest time. Always a fast qualifier. Over the first of the cable ramps they go with Lind leading out, being pressured on the inside though by Theo Hauser, who comes up the inside. Over onto the big drop off here. All the riders keeping it rubber side down, not carrying too much pace in. But look at that side by side coming in. The World Cup leader being pushed into 2nd place at the moment as Hauser leads this out. Theo Hauser, the Austrian rider, ahead of Swedish rider Edvin Lind and our 2 Brazilian riders, Coutu and Micheluzzi. The riders chasing hard behind. They've got to get the pressure on down. Coutu's qualifying in 9th position. They've got to really wind it up as they make the way through this little chicane around the side of the drain covers, and then they're into this. This is the corner that's been causing problems. Go too fast in here. It's very easy to wash out. All 4 riders through safely, and now back onto the start finish line as they go in and through. this straight section here, one of the only straight sections and the only places to really get the power on, but put too much power in and you're going to be in trouble. And remember, 2 riders through at the moment in those positions. Hauser in 1, then Lind in 2. We have Kuta and Micheluzzi, the 2 Brazilians behind. They are looking to try and close this down, but at this stage, it's going to be about the riders in front making a mistake. However, they will try and get the best time they can around here. You can see the pace. The riders going right up on the side there. Great skills by Vincenzo Micheluzzi, just using the wall to propel himself around there. And certainly wheel to wheel, the 2 Brazilians going to have a real battle coming into this turn. Up at the front of the race, Theo Hauser and Evan Lind leading this out. Another look on the inside here. Kuto and Micheluzzi are going to be battling to the line, I'm sure, putting on a show on their home track. It's going to be Micheluzzi and Kuto in terms of the non-qualifiers, but at the front, Hauser and Lind.
Well, Hauser and Lind both going through to the semi-finals. And, well, Lind currently leading the World Cup standings. Hauser lying in 3rd place overall, just 44 points back. So I'm not surprised those are the 2 that progress today from that heat. Well, 4 heats in total for the quarterfinal men's, and we've got some great racing coming up for you today. Some fabulous local riders as well, and some really, really quick times too. Well, Matt, the next heat is up and we are ready to go in the start pen. Take a look at the line up here. Well, Giovanni, Cucuzzi, Proano and Quiros all in the start line here. 1 rider from Ecuador, 3 riders from Brazil. This is going to be Heat 2.
A full South American heat here. This is going to be very interesting. Now, when they were racing, Proano was very, very quick off the blocks in his quarterfinals, but all these riders have already battled their way through the time trial, through the 8th final to be here today. So Giovanni, the rider who qualified in 4th place, with Cucuzzi, the rider who qualified in 5th. The rider's number plate indicating their position of qualifying. But can Proano and Guerreros do anything about them here? They've been looking good. And another good start here by Proano with the yellow shoulders. He moves into position, but will he be able to hold it? Coming around, he's got the inside line on this slight right-hand turn. And at the moment, Proano pushing the riders behind him back. This is a good move by him. Gets out of the way, out of trouble. And Eric Vieira Burano, the rider leading out at the moment, the Ecuadorian, clear at the moment. The chase behind coming from Cucuzzi, but all 3 chasers in touching distance at the moment. One mistake by Proano and they're going to be all over him like a rash because they are just about breathing down his neck. They close up every time we get a technical section. We're seeing them closing down behind, and Cucuzzi looking on the outside there, Proano, and this is going to put the pressure on the rider in front. Will they get round the tree turn? They do safely, no washing out as they come in. And at the moment, there's still nothing to separate. You've got to make a move. This is a chance to do it. But all the riders know this is the opportunity to make a move. Now, on the outside, Cucuzzi tries to come around Proano. They go side by side on that jump. And Cucuzzi's carrying the most speed into the drop-off. He's going to be pushed high, though, on that wall ride. If he's not careful, it looks like Proano erring for caution there. He drops into 2nd place. And he's now the rider who's going to be under pressure in 2nd place. Remember, 2 riders through, 2 riders out and eliminated. And there's a lot of overlapping wheels going on here as they come into those corners. The problem with overlapping, if somebody runs wide and you're on the outside, you are going to get taken out. But everybody itching to get around. Big move on the inside there. Dive up the inside. Great dive through as they came in and through. And it has pushed Giovanni down here. And that was a nice move being made there. As you can see, Ecuador is still in 2nd place under pressure from Cucuzzi, who's the leader here as they wind this up. Oh, a big move on the inside. Oh, is it going to go his way? We're going to have to see. Well, a clear win, but that all came down to that battle coming through, and I think Quiros may well have taken it. He thinks he's got it. We're going to have to wait for the results.
Well, the results on my screen are showing me that he does. They've both been awarded the same time. So Quiros and Proano awarded the same time, 0.38 of a second back on Kukuzi. But it is indeed Octavio Quiros who goes through to the semi-finals. So phenomenal racing from that heat. Well, the next heat setting up and getting ready to go is going to be heat number 3 of the quarterfinals. Ceres, Resende, Valerino, and Stiebel.
A real mix of riders. 2 Frenchmen in Ceres and Stiebel. You've got 2 Brazilians, Renendez and Valeriano. Let's see who is going to take this out. So Renendez in the orange on the left of your screens. You've got Ceres in there, the former French champion, back in his dark blue kit. Alongside him, third from the left, Rubens Valeriano from Brazil, and Eddie Stiebel out on the outside. But do not discount Stiebel. He was well clear in his 8th final. He had clear distance between him and everybody else, and that's not something that's been common on the course here today. So 4 riders lined up, 2 riders going in through. Time to see who is going to take this one out. Oh, big push across there by Resende as they come in to the first of the jumps. He cut the nose right off Ceres as they came through. We're going to drop in behind this drone shot, just give us a quick shot of what it's like sitting behind these riders to go in over the tree rows. And Resende at the moment just got the head of this race. And for all of that talk from me that Stiebel was a man who had it easy in the 8th, but as he's not having it easy, he's pushed down into 3rd position. So 2 through, 2 being taken out of contention at the moment. Stiebel in trouble. So is Valeriano. Are we going to see if Rubens Valeriano, the rider in 4th place, can move right up into the top 2? He's got to get around Stiebel. Stiebel wants to get around Ceres. We all want to get around Resende to go on to the front. And look at this, Ceres putting in what is almost a finishing line sprint here as they come in through past the crowds, packing the side. Ceres at the moment has the lead. He's going to be just on the outside. As Resende goes up the inside, he pushes so. Oh, that was so close to the top of the bank, and you can run out. It drops off really sharply on that wall ride. It doesn't continue all that far, and I think I just saw a little mistake there by Eddie Stiebel, actually in 3rd place, foot out, I think, just coming over those tree roots. So clearly not having a good day at the office. Now we come to the quarterfinals, and pressured. Oh, that's side by side, and a proper full-on shoulder barge there by Valeriano. He wants it more. Often it's a case of who wants it more. At the moment, Rubens Valeriano has shown he wants absolutely everything. He's 2 more people to get round. He's now onto the back of Ceres. He's dispatched Stiebel. Stiebel's out the back here. He's out of contention. He's going to be going out. The sprint is on. Resende's got looks to his left on the right-hand side. Comes through round the outside. Rubens Valeriano, if he has made that through, that could be the ride of the day. From 4th to 1st, he muscled his way up there. Well, I tell you something, that was manoeuvring your competition around the track better than Ayrton Senna.
Well, I tell you something, Renendez, who came into that finish straight in P1, does not qualify. So 0.05 of a second separating the top 3 riders in that heat. It's Ceres going through, with Valeriano coming from 4th to 2nd to take that 2nd qualifying spot to go through to the semi-final today. Well, wow, 1 more heat in the men's quarters to go, and this could be fantastic. Lucas Borba, the Brazilian downhill rider who qualified in 3rd place in the time trial with the number 3 board on his bike. Molnar is here, Castillo is here, and Machado, the Brazilian rider as well.
So Machado on the outside, on the right-hand side, on the riders left or right. You can just see a quick replay here. This is a sprint in here, and Resende is going to regret that look to his left, because a big move up the inside by Rubens Valeriano, and he added that to the move. He took Stiebel out. He went from 4th to qualifying, and it shows you there are places and places to get into this race and to get stuck in. So you can see the riders there: Castillo, Borbo, Caroline Mona, and of course Nicholas Rafael Amancio Romeo Machado on the right-hand side of your screens. Away they go. Good start by Molnar, the European Continental Champion, with the white and blue helmet at the front, and he's a real elbows out affair coming in and through. Big move going in there, being thrown down by Machado, moving up from 4th to 3rd, but there is an instant fight back coming, and I think he may have taken on the wrong person there, because he's currently fighting it out with the man from downhill, and that is Lucas Borba, who's going to be no stranger at throwing that bike around and making it go exactly where he needs it to go. Now you can see at the front at the moment that Molnar just started to open a little bit of air coming through, little bit of a gap going through to Daniel Nayolo Castillo, the Mexican rider, currently sitting in 2nd place into the turn of done there, going underneath. That's how close they're cutting it. You've got to duct it under the tree. That Shimano tape has no padding in it. It is quite literally to indicate to the riders, you don't want to put your head here, sunshine, and that's exactly what the riders are doing. They are missing it at the moment. Over they go, up on to the drop-off, and it looks to me like Molnar now not taking any risks. A little bit high on the back wheel over that tabletop landing, front wheel down, but he knows now that he's put the position on. We've got a problem there. I think Castillo has just had an issue. Castillo has had an issue, and he's been passed by Borba, and it looks to me like that was an issue with the bike for Castillo. He went to pedal coming out of that wall ride, whether we got the landing wrong, whether it just shipped a chain, we just have to take a look back potentially, but it's allowed Borba to move into 2nd place. So Brazilian downhill specialist Lucas Borba has taken the opportunity, but do not discount the man sitting in 4th place either, because he's got certain another mistake there. The pressure now on behind our leading two. I'll tell you something, Borba's not going to be content with 2nd. He's going to want to take the win here in his quarter. Finally does so. Lucas Borba goes through at the front of the race. Eddie Caroly Molnar in 2nd. They should qualify. And then you can see a dejected Castillo comes through, lost man.
Well, Borba reaping the awards of the home crowd, but Molnar, who took the win back in round 1 in Paris earlier on this year, can he be the first man to do the double and pick up 2 wins in the World Cup? No man has done it yet. Guy Tolmain's done it in the women, but it has not been done for the men's.
Okay, we're just taking a little look back here at our start, and this is that key moment. You can see sat down waiting to go is Borba, and he was pretty cool and calm going in. Molnar off the front here, but behind it was all going to go wrong, and it went wrong for Castillo here. He goes in, you could just see he's just off the back here a little bit going in. I mean, Daniel Nayolo Castillo, it went wrong as he came off here now. He goes round that wall right, he drops down, no drive, absolutely zero. It takes him time to pick it back up again, and I think that chain just bounced off as he came over the jumps and in, and getting it in the right gear to engage, absolutely critical. That mistake will have cost him his place in moving through from our quarterfinals to the semi-finals. It's no good being the fastest bike rider with the best bike handling if your bike doesn't make it to the finish.
Well, there we go. That is the results of the quarterfinals. Hauser and Lind, Serraz and Valerino, Kokosi and Quiero, Borba and Molnar. The 8 riders progressing to the men's semi-final. Well, before that, we have the women's semi-final, and well, as we mentioned at the top of the show, no Gaia Tolmaina today for round 6, the world champion who took her 5th rainbow jersey in July in Germany. But we do have some very, very fast women with us today, and the racing, well, it is going to be fast and furious, just like we've seen in the men's race.
And in the time trial, the qualifying, we did see a Brazilian, Ecuadorian and Argentinian rider go out. They were the only riders outside of 1 minute in the women's time trial, weren't they? With a 1:02. In fact, the last qualifying rider did a 59.99 seconds.
Yeah, so it did indeed. Now, Marion Fromberg is at the fastest time in qualifying in the time trial, 56.18, but Kokosi not far behind, and De Vries in 3rd place. So, semi-final, heats. Fromberger from Lite, from Massos, from Grossi. That is heat number 1. Heat number 2, Kokosi, De Vries, Boissier, and De Morales. Well, it's going to be great, and I'll tell you something. In the overall World Cup standings, De Vries and Boissier are the two riders in the best position. De Vries lying in second place overall, Boissier in third. Those two riders really looking to move up, and it's Marion Fromberger and the local Brazilian riders that are looking to get in the way. Well, Marcela Lima Matos, Lara Stano Lite, Marion Fromberger and Isabella Grossi are the four riders, one from Germany, three from Brazil.
Now, Matos has taken a win in a World Cup. She did that in Abu Dhabi a couple of years ago with a fantastic ride. She's been right up in the mix, but giving way to Lite, who moves into second place. The lead at the moment, Marion Fromberger, a position she likes to race in. It allows her to take a clear run at the line, but at the moment, it certainly looks to me like Fromberger doing the business here. The German rider on the front, being chased by all three Brazilians. Lite sitting in second wheel, Matos in third wheel, Grossi sitting in a fourth wheel at the moment, and all of these riders looking like that third place spot could be theirs. Fromberger holding the lead at the moment. She doesn't want to make a mistake. She's got so much power, so much pace, great bike handler, and it's generally only that there's a mistake or an error that will take her out of contention. She's got to keep it smooth and keep it together. One lap complete. At the front of the race, in position one, Marion Fromberger at the moment leading out a regular World Cup podium rider, a regular winner, a fantastic rider, an advocate of XCE, of the mountain bike eliminator on the front with this course really dialed in at the moment. Nicely hopping up over that tabletop, gaining a little bit of distance on Lite as she does so. Lite into Matos in three. This is going to be a real good fight here. Matos has got a good sprint, looking to line it up, goes on the right hand side there, overlaps the wheel of Lite, comes round towards the wall ride. She's going to keep that pressure on Lite. Matos out of the saddle, just looking for a way round, looking to the left, looking to the right into this turn. Now we've got the tree turn coming up, and then we're going to be heading in through round the tree turn. This is where you can get the pressure on. Fromberger goes round smoothly, wide line taken by Lite, and up the inside goes Matos. Can Matos make it stick? They come out from the turn, and it looks like she can't. Look at this. There has been all sorts of issues out of sight round the corner. I don't think Matos held it down. They go around the turn. There is a ramp up over the curb edge, and at that point, Matos, who made the move over on the inside, was unable to go through. We're going to get those positions confirmed, but I think it's going to be Fromberger and Lite go through, subject to our commissaires, our race referees.
Well, Marcela Lima Matos, the rider, having issues as she came up onto the final corner. And we saw some of the men having issues earlier on that corner and washing out. I don't think Matos washed out, but she did have an issue.
So let's take a careful. You see Matos pressurising all the way through. Takes a look on the right-hand side here, waiting to queue up that turn. She dived up the inside on the right-hand side on the tree turn. It doesn't have another name. It might be a mat name, but it's definitely a tree turn as you come in. And that was the key moment where we thought it could be the case she was going to go up the inside. She certainly had the power, but you've got to come out. So coming in here, watch the line. Lite runs wide here in second position. Matos comes up the inside. Can't quite see that she gets in front. If you get your elbow in front, you're going to take that through, but she gets pushed out, not going through.
Well, Fromberger and Lite, the two riders qualifying for the main final from that semi. The next semi-final is ready with Anna Moraes, Didi De Vries, Luisa Kokosi and Madison Boissier lined up. So two riders from Brazil, one from the Netherlands and one from France. This is the second semi-final.
So Didi De Vries, a rider who's been cheering on from the sidelines, making the most of the time here in Brazil and watching the riders in action as well to learn those lines. Really low on the bars there, the Netherlands rider in the second left position. And a big kick-off from her and from Boissier. I'll tell you something, Madison Boissier there was launched out of that like she was fired out from a catapult on an aircraft carrier. Absolutely flew off into second position, and she could have challenged for first place there. Wisely, though, opting for discretion over valor there and not trying to take on Didi de Vries. So this is really, really tight in second and third, particularly third and fourth places. But at the moment, Didi de Vries doing exactly what she needs to do, getting out front, getting out of trouble. Madison Boissier accelerates through that rougher section, getting the power down, accelerating up, moving up towards de Vries. The two riders from the Netherlands and France, respectively, starting to go clear. Behind the chase is on at the moment. It's going to be Anna de Reyes, who is the rider chasing, but we're going to see if Kakusi can make any inroads as well. They go round at the end of lap number 1 down the straight. Didi de Vries, long look over her left shoulder. She wants to know how much effort to put in. Remember, these riders have to race again, either in the minor final or in the major final. Minor final deciding 5th to 8th. The major final deciding 1st to 4th. So all these riders are going to race again. They want to use as much energy as they need and no more. They don't want to make a mistake, though, by backing it off. They'll practice this at race pace. They'll make sure that they run this out at a pace that keeps them safe. De Vries is safer. She has the buffer of Boissier between her and the rider in front, and a little bit of a squeeze coming on for Luisa Kakusi of Brazil, just trying to move up from 4th to 3rd there, doesn't make inroads. May well have seen what happened earlier on if you take the wrong line, but as you come in towards that tree turn, another look down the inside there by Kakusi in 4th place. On our rider sitting in 3rd, the two riders in front though, it's looking clear. They're going to wind this up to be sure. It's a long straight down here, and here we go. Boissier in the danger zone. She keeps the pressure on. She does exactly what's needed, and away she goes in through along with Didi de Vries.
Well, de Vries took the win back in May in Prime Courage. She's been a rider on really good form this season. So de Vries qualifying through to the main final along with Madison Boissier from France. De Moraes and Kokosi will go through to the small final. You can see confirmation there on the screen of the semi-finals from Berger, Lite, de Vries and Boissier. The 4 riders progressing to the main final. The other riders will progress to the small finals to determine 5th through to 8th position. Well, that was the semi-finals for the women, semi-finals for the men. The next set of races up, and you can see now Heat 1 and Heat 2. The first semi-final, Lind, Kokosi, Hauser and Queiroz. The second heat, Ceres, Orber, Molnar and Valeriano.
The most exciting man on the track at the moment by far, given the movie made.
It is going to be fast and furious, just like we've seen in the women's, and I don't doubt we are going to see challenges, issues, technical features, and potentially some bike husbandry required.
Oh, a bit of bike husbandry. Looking after your bike, making sure that it is in the fit state to get you to the finishing line. Now, here we go, the last rider to make his way in down to the grid. Will it be lucky number 13 today?
Well, 4 riders down on the start line, ready for the first of the men's semi-finals today from the UCI MTB Eliminator World Cup. This is round 6 from Sao Paulo in Brazil. The riders are nearly ready. Final touches being made to bikes. Gloves going on. Those gloves going on those hands of plate 13. That's Queiro, the Brazilian rider, in P1 on that start line. Kokosi in 2, Lind in 3, and Hauser in 4.
So the gates are filled, the positions are ready, the riders are ready. They've got to hold themselves in a position to set themselves off the World Cup leader with that number 1 plate, the fastest rider in qualifying, but beaten by the man to his left, all right at the far outside right. Theo Hauser, he's promised much. Will today be a day when he delivers? Time to find out which 2 riders are going to be going through to our main final. Long hold there as they were waiting to go, a repositioning by the series leader Lind, but this is going to be a tight squeeze coming in. I think somebody's going to get pushed back, and it's Hauser who gets pushed back here because as they came in, they were side by side. Hauser did not push home the advantage. He may well have seen the moves that have been made before on the way through here. But as you can see, Hauser dropping down at the moment, and Kukuzi is the rider who has taken advantage, moved up into second place. Lind in first as they come in around the World Cup leader, getting to the fore when he needs to. But overtaking moves are possible on this track if you're bold enough, if you're brave enough, and if you can make it stick. Going to be absolutely key to keep it down. Big kick coming out of the corner there at the front of the race from Lind. Kukuzi in the danger zone. Hauser, though, as well and truly, he's not just in the danger zone at the moment, he's got hazard written all over him as he goes down. Oh, and a big mistake by Kukuzi, and he manages to get away with it, because when he made the mistake, he went straight into the side of Hauser. How both riders are upright, I have no idea, but they keep it rubber side down. It has dented the chances of Hauser. He was making a move on the inside. I think that will come down to a racing error. He came up the inside there. They both met as we saw Kukuzi come down. The commissaires, the race referees are going to be looking very closely at that one just to make sure that that was all fair, because of course this is pretty much quite a contact sport. In round the tree turn, our riders go, and at the moment you can see the World Cup leader leading this out, Kukuzi in two. The sprinter's got to come from Hauser, and Hauser is like saying, not a chance, that is not fair. Well, he's protesting the move made by Kukuzi, and the issue on that straight, that will go to a commissaire's decision there, and I think there's going to be worse here. Kukuzi's like, go do one, sunshine. Hauser's like,
Well, Hauser took the win in Leuven in June, so he's got a round under his belt of the World Cup. We'll see what happens, but at the moment, Lind and Kukuzi, the two riders to go through. Hauser and Queiroz go through to the small final. Well, it's Barriero, Ceres, Borba and Molnar. The next four riders lined up for the semi-final heat two. Two riders from Brazil, one from France and one from Romania.
Let's see who's going to take this out. It looks like the European champion is going to go shoulder to shoulder. The man with the best dash in the business. That's Molnar on the front. But look, this Ceres is on the right-hand side. He doesn't mind how tight it goes. Drops back a little bit to go behind Molnar and doesn't lose too much speed. He almost had to break there. And that's what you don't want to do on this course. You don't want to be breaking. You want to carry as much momentum and pace through. And at the moment, he is leaving the work to be done by Lucas Borba, who's currently sitting in third place. And the man who we saw make those moves to move from fourth right up into qualifying from Rubens Valeriano. Here he goes, move over the top. I'll tell you something, he has got, I'm not sure what he's got on those tyres, what make of tyres, but at the moment they are sticking like glue as they go around the turn. Borba pushed down again by him, and it means now that Rubens Donetsa Valeriano is the man in third place. Ceres must know he's in danger here. He's the man in second. Molnar not quite getting that right over that little jump there. And I think the pressure just starting to get to our two leaders. They're starting to tangle with each other. And this is playing into the hands of Valeriano, who is the rider in third place. Now, here he comes. Look out for the man with the white and the light greeny blue that matches his bike. He's coming into third place now. Ceres is being squeezed now from behind. He could be the jam in the sandwich. Is he going to go splat out the sides? Will he make it round the turn? We're about to see a move surely come at the moment as they come in now into the tree turn, tight right hand turn. Valeriano tries to go around the outside, take the wide line. Has he made it stick? No, he's in third. He's up in the sprint here against Ceres. Ceres is going to run down one side. He's getting pushed out the way. It came down to the line. I wouldn't want to call that by Valeriano and by Ceres. All fair, good racing between the pair of them there. Fist bump in contrast to the previous semi-final. Not sure who made that through. Emma, can you confirm it?
Well, on my screen at the moment, it's Eddie Molnar and Lorenzo Ceres going through. Valeriano coming through with Borba for the small finals. So those two riders, Molnar and Ceres, going through, and Molnar taking the win in Paris, Ceres taking the win in Barcelona. So those two riders already winners of earlier rounds. We are round 6 in Sao Paulo in Brazil. September sees round 7 from the Orion Mall at Bengaluru in India. That is where we're heading later. But right now we are lining up for the women's small final with the replay of the men.
Indeed, and this is where it came down. Ceres led in here. He was pushing. You could see that he had nowhere to go behind Molnar, and Valeriano came on strong there. I would have to say, I'm glad I'm not a line judge or a photo finish operator on the course at the moment, because that was so close in that race. And of course, our commentators have to rule on Hauser, who feels very aggrieved by the actions of the rider coming in. There is going to be a judge's decision. We're getting that from the track. What that judge's decision is, we have to wait. Meanwhile, we can see our riders lining up. Now, this is going to be very interesting indeed here. So let's see who is going to take out the minor final. So this is going to be for the positions from 5th to 8th. And it looks like the last rider just making a way in here. You've got to be really fast back round. The riders try to keep warm between their races by sitting on the rollers, by sitting on a static bike. And you can see this could well have flustered our last rider to the line. That is Ana Laura Oliveira de Moraes, who is the rider on the left of our screen at the moment.
Well, the 4 riders in the start pens, it is indeed de Moraes in 1. It is Matos in 2. In 3, it's Grossi. And in 4, Kukuzi is lined up and ready to go with the number 2 plate on, indicating she was the second fastest time in the time trial. Now, often it doesn't relate to positions, because obviously time trials, you are on your own at the beginning of the day.
And you can get that pace, that power down, can't you? That is really critical. So the riders lined up. Will Kukuzi be able to go to the front and keep clear? We have to find out. They get a warning of sometime in the next 15 seconds. That's where we're at the moment. This is for 5th to 8th at the moment. And Matos with the big kick from the start here gets clear into the lead at the moment. Kukuzi moves into 2nd position. She's got her arm out. She's got a bar in front. And the rider in red there into 2nd place behind. They're almost shoulder to shoulder as they come up and over the ramps here. And it's going to be about who is going to take away the positions behind. What nobody wants to do is to deck it at this stage in the very last race of the day. But look at this, Matos is really putting the pace down here. I think she's just about got this course dialed to perfection. Puts the power down, plays into her strengths at the moment. Accelerates where she can at the moment. Kukuzi, the only rider who's able to hold on to the slipstream pretty much of a Matos. The chase behind, well, it's Grossi who's the nearest rider, and I think at the moment de Moraes is the rider just struggling from that late arrival, the pressure she was under to get there. We saw her adjust her glasses as she was on the start, get the helmet into place. I don't think that was showmanship. I don't think that was gamesmanship. I think it was just under time pressure. As Kukuzi moves to the front on that straight, Matos looks at her and goes, okay, you get yourself to the front then, let's see what you can do about this, because Matos now sits in 2nd position. Matos has got a great sprint on her when she could use it. The question is, has she burnt up too much in lap 1? Ooh, pedal out there, so the foot came out. Now, those tree roots, get them right, they're really simple. Just power straight over the top. Matos there hit them slightly wrong. Right foot came unclipped from the pedal. It's locked in normally. It wasn't then. She's recovered from that. She's lost a little bit of ground to Kukuzi. And Kukuzi now sitting in what would be in 5th place if the positions were decided here in the overall. 1st place in this minor final. Round right third. Kukuzi, Matos back into the wheels. Has Matos got anything left in the sprint? It's a massive kick coming from Luisa Kukuzi. Luisa Kukuzi wants it. Luisa Kukuzi takes it. Matos comes through immediately behind. Great ride by her. Grossi will come through 3rd place in this race, and it's going to be Oliveira de Moraes who comes through in 4th.
Wow, great racing from Kukuzi, coming from 2nd into 1st. Matos finishing 0.38 of a second behind. So 5th place overall Kukuzi, 6th Matos, 7th Grossi, and de Moraes in 8th.
Great racing, great ride, great move by Kakuzi to move up. Matos was looking really strong here at the start of the race on lap number 1 behind. You can see a real battle between the two Brazilian riders, but with Matos and Kakuzi fighting out at the front of the race, that really kept the pressure on. First time through those tree rows, Matos keeping it clean all the way through. An experienced rider on this short circuit, absolutely nailing it as she goes in and through. Now, we're going to move on to the men's minor final.
We are indeed. So, Borba from Brazil, Valerino from Brazil, Hauser from Austria, and Queiroz from Brazil are the 4 riders lined up battling for 5th to 8th place today.
Well, it's going to be revenge time, surely, for Theo Hauser. The adrenaline's going, the testosterone's going to be going. He's going to be fired up for this. Surely he's got to be the man to beat. He is up against an all-Brazilian challenge here, and he will want to prove a point that he should have been in that main final. Can he ride clear from them? That's what he'll want. He'll want to show a clean pair of heels. He's already been caught up in traffic. He's been taken, in his opinion, out. Well, it has stood, and the judges deciding that there was no case to answer, and that Hauser was into the minor finals. No problems from those that have qualified into the main final. Hauser out the saddle, sprinting his way down here, being chased as they go down. Valeriano is the rider behind, and we've seen Rubens Valeriano make the moves. I'm not sure that he's close enough at the moment. He's close up the ground behind him. Queiroz and then Borba in that order as they come around the turn. Queiroz in the red, Borba in the black. Round the final turn on lap 1 onto that start finish straight, and Borba, look at the pace coming down from Hauser. No one can get up to Hauser's wheel. Up on the inside, moved by Queiroz, just taking the move around there by Variano, and looks to me like they're carrying a lot of pace in. Hauser almost starting to over-jump things. He's not going to have to come through this section again. This is his last run in. It's now about keeping it smooth, not letting that aggression, that anger drive him off the course to make a mistake because he's so wound up. Hauser having to use the wall on the way round that turn, leading this out in what is the leading position in the minor final. The gap is holding back. The man on the charge at the moment is Queiroz, Octavio Queiroz of Brazil. It looks like he's starting to make a little bit of ground on Hauser. And I'll tell you something, never discount Rubens Valeriano out of this. Hauser, though, stamping on the pedals, puts the watts down. He wants those points for the World Cup. He takes those points. He's going to win the minor final and will now be ruining what could have been in the main.
Well, Hauser picking up the points for the World Cup overall series. He's lying in 3rd place, and all the points he can get are going to help. So 5th place today for Hauser, 6th for Queiroz, 7th for Valeriano, and 8th for Lucas Borba. Well, Hauser showing us how it's done over those routes and really wanting that win from the start of that race, Matt.
Yeah, definitely. You can see what it meant to him, but he won't be in the finals. We move on, though, to the women's final.
We do indeed. So from Brazil, Lara Leite. From the Netherlands, Didi de Vries. From Germany, Marion Fromberger. And from France, Madison Boissier. Now, Fromberger and de Vries have both had wins this season. Can either of the two take a win today?
So Leite just been lent over quite a lot to the right-hand side. That's not going to make her start easy. And Boissier getting another electric fast start off from the ramp. She's really worked on that, and it is paying dividends, but she's up against Fromberger, she's up against de Vries, and up against Leite, who moves up on her inside and pushes Boissier after that fast start down into 4th position. Now, this is where the race skills come in at the moment. Fromberger clear at the front. Remember, this is for the top 4 positions at the World Cup around number 6. This is absolutely key for the overall campaign. For some riders, for others, this is about scoring a big win. Will it be a home win here? 2 laps to find out. At the moment, Leite is not out of this, sitting in 3rd position, currently in a podium. She will want that win. They all want to be right at the top. You can see how close these riders are taking it to that great edge as they go over in that drain where the water drops down underneath the concrete. They don't want to drop into it. And look at the distance that's being opened up on the front. Fromberger has found herself another gear for the finals. She's opening a gap on all of the rest of De Vries, having to really expend a lot of energy just to sit into second place here, because the gap is opening now. Fromberger knows she's got the lead. She has to keep it smooth over the tabletop into the wall ride. There's a little bit of a dip part way round there, but both the riders doing that, coming in high, low, high, low. So very interesting to see the same line being taken. And Didi De Vries under pressure, I think, here from Lite. Lite has got to keep it smooth here, not to panic, because she is in touch. She is in contention. Lite takes a look to the right, nothing doing there. De Vries shuts the door as they come around the turn. They're heading into that tree turn very shortly, that final turn as they run in. Can Lite do anything about it? Lite up against Matos, remember, in her semi-finals. She saw Matos take a line that didn't play out and win. Fromberger, though, absolutely imperious on the front here. She's opened up the sprint. She should be able to cruise the line. De Vries, though, up against Lite, and Lite, I think, got that by the width of a tyre tread.
I think you might be right. Well, Marianne Fromberger took the win in Paris in round 1. She now takes the win in round 6 in Sao Paulo. Phenomenal racing from Marianne Fromberger. Lara Lite confirmed in second place, 0.57 of a second back, beating Didi De Vries in the sprint by 0.04 of a second. Didi De Vries having one of the rides of her life, but Lite really, really smart riding. She left it till the finishing straight, and what a sprint.
Carried momentum around the outside line there, had a clear run to the line, didn't have to worry about anybody in front of her. Unleashed the power on home track. The power of the crowd, I think, aiding as well. And De Vries being beaten by half a second into third place. Another podium for her there. In fact, the gap between Lite and De Vries there, 0.02. So that is 0.02 of a second.
Amazing racing from our women, and giving for Fromberger her second win of the season. Now, this is the men's main final, and we have from Romania Eddie Molnar, from France Lorenzo Ceres, from Sweden Edvin Lind, and from Brazil Luis Kokosi. Oh, what is the crowd going to do today, and are they going to help Kokosi to a top spot?
Not sure he needs any help. It looks like he can ride wherever he wants on this track with home advantage here. Will he make it count? He's up against the best in the world and the World Series leader, the World Cup leader, leads it out, but Molnar is up the inside. Ceres is coming, and I tell you something, Kokuzi is buoyed up by his performance and the fact he moved up and through from the semi-finals into the finals. He's into second place, right on the wheel as they go round so tight in third and fourth place. It is incredibly tight through those tree roots, no problems at all. Heading in towards the next section, the pace these riders carrying absolutely blisteringly quick. You can see them using absolutely every millimetre in the course, and a rider as fast as Lorenzo says, the French champion, a man who can take victory in the World Cup at the moment. He's just fighting to stay in contention at the front of the race though. Lind leading. It's going to be Kokuzi in to the chases on behind from Molnar and Ceres, but I'm not sure they can do anything about this pace. Big kick down the straight. Look at the move though. Here he comes, Kokuzi looking to move up on the jumps. He can't do that, and a massive shove out. That was very close to the edge of the barriers at the side of that jump. That was a push back there, because you can see the number one rider, Erin Lind. He's a big old unit. You're not going to muscle him off the course here. So Lind leading, 2 Kokuzi, 3 Molnar. Ceres in 4 at the moment. He's going to need a minor miracle to get up to the front of the race now. I think his day is done in terms of being in contention for a top 3 spot, unless something drastic happens, and we've seen it happen on the course. Straight turn. Let's see, no washouts at the moment, no washouts for Molnar. This is a sprint for the line. Lind unleashes the power. Kokuzi's not going to get the chance to challenge. He extends his lead at the front. Look at that, Edwin Lind. He knows when he's won it. Kakuzi in 2. It's going to be Molnar in 3. Ceres dejected in 4.
Well, fastest race of the day. Edwin Lind becomes the first man of the 2024 season to take a second win. Now, he took the win back in May in Sakarya in Turkey, and now coming through in Sao Paulo in Brazil. As we said, the first man to take a double win in any of the round World Cups this year. So Edwin Lind takes the win today from Kakosi, from Molnar, from Ceres.
Really interesting action as they came in through. We saw Kakuzi trying to challenge, trying to push his way up there. He was taken to the edge of the track and was unable to repeat his manoeuvre on the unit that is Edwin Lind. You saw that coming in and around at the start of lap number 2. The sprint for the line, though, Edwin Lind, the fastest man in the time trial, the fastest man in the finals from start to finish today, absolutely nailing this. He had time to celebrate, get his arms in the air, and you know that now means he is going to be moving on to Bangalore in India. He's going to have a fantastic race, I'm sure, at the Orion Mall, but will that be the case? Now, okay, we are going to see the results, the minor women's final and then the men's small final.
We are indeed, and those are the results for the small final. So Hauser, Quero, Ballerino and Borba in the small final, taking 5th through to 8th. Fromberger taking the win in the women with Lite in 2, De Vries in 3, Boissier in 4. Confirmed in front of us are top 4 riders in the women's race today. Well, confirmed in front of us also the men's results for the UCI MTB Eliminator World Cup from Sao Paulo. This is round 6. Edwin Lind takes his second win of the season. Kakosi from Brazil in 2, Molnar from Romania in 3, and Ceres from France in 4. Well, as we move now with the culmination of racing towards the flower ceremonies, I'm hoping we are going to be hearing from Marion Fromberger.
From Germany. Marion, tell me about the race. You were the big winner all the way at the front end. Big final elite women.
Yeah, it's just amazing to ride in this country and with this good crowd. The track was awesome with some urban style, but also really cool off-road sections. So I'm really proud that I could make the win today, and I'm really happy about it.
How was it for you to compete with a lot of South Americans? Of course, a few Brazilian riders were on the start as well in elite women. One was coming in for second, I think, so it was a good field over here today.
So it was for sure special and different to the European riders. It's a bit a different riding style, I would say, but all of them are really friendly, and I'm happy to be here. And I think all the crowd is really happy to have this race here and to have Yara on the podium. So I'm really proud to be able to race it and to win in this beautiful country.
Great to hear that, Marion. You were the winner of the first race in Paris already. You became 3rd during the World Championships 5 weeks ago in your home country in front of the home crowd, and right now you were taking another win. It should be such an amazing feeling, right?
Yes, it's just an amazing feeling. I even have no real words for it, but yeah, it's just special, and I will enjoy the next days, the Brazilian weather and the culture, and I'm really happy to maybe drink some caipirinha this time on the beach.
Good, well deserved, and once again, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. It was amazing to be here.
Well, Fromberger's very, very happy to take that win today and will be indeed celebrating on the beach in Brazil in true Brazilian style. Well, if you're new to MTB Eliminator and you want to keep up with everything, head to citymountainbike.com. Now in Didi De Vries taking 3rd place today in our women's race. Lara Lite taking 2nd for Brazil, and Marion Fromberger on the top spot from Germany.
Great riding, great to see a home podium for Lara Lite. She's been riding really, really well, and I think that is a just reward. Didi De Vries, another good result for her. And Marion Fromberger, I mean, she is really showing that despite that setback in the World Championships, where she was desperate for the win on the home track, didn't get that. She saw the rider she's raced against so many times, Guy Tolmena taking the win. She comes back, picks herself back up, and absolutely nails. I've got to say honourable mentions to Madison Boissier, another women's final for her,
Yeah.
showing that progression.
Well, while she's showing the progression, so is Edwin Lind.
Okay, ladies and
We
gentlemen,
are
right
about
now
to
on the
hear
right
from
side
our
of me,
winner
the
of the
big
men's
final
race
in
today.
Elite Man category. And that's Edwin Lind coming out of Sweden. Edwin, you had bad luck 5 weeks ago in Aalen. You were really potential to win the big final in the Elite Man category. And right now in South America, you are winning with thousands of people around the big final in Elite Man category. Tell me more about your day.
It's been wonderful coming this far. You really feel like, okay, I need to perform deep and do my best racing.
Really great. Did you feel the Brazilian was coming close at the end? So the Brazilian was really knocking on the back door, let's say that. It was Luis who was closing a little bit. You were able to be in front of him during all the race.
Yeah, I heard the Brazilian crowd cheering, going wild, so I knew that someone was really close behind me. I just focused on pushing as hard as I could at all times, just because I was really scared that he was going to try to pass in one of the features, but yeah, I managed to keep some distance from him at least.
Great, and I say it earlier on before, you were with a lot of bad luck in Aalen, you got a crash in a big final, and now you took a win again. How is that? The combination of that, of course.
I was really looking for revenge after Aalen. I knew that in Germany I had the legs to go all the way. I won the qualifiers there, so when I came here, at least I had and I was really out for revenge today.
Looking back to more races earlier on this season, you were also the winner of World Cup number 4 in Sakarya, Turkey for the 4th World Cup. That was in May, I believe. Yeah, so you were in a good shape from that moment, and still continuing that. How do you do that?
I lowered the volume of the training a little bit. I feel like I might be losing a little bit of shape, but on race day I still got it apparently.
Good stuff. Edwin Lind of Sweden, ladies and gentlemen. Edwin, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, Edwin Lind telling us how it's done and how he's adjusted his training to try and get back on the top of the podium. Well, joining him on the podium today, Eddie Molnar from Romania taking 3rd, Luis Kokosi from Brazil taking 2nd, and Edwin Lind from Sweden taking top spot in round 6 of the UCI MTB Eliminator World Cup from Sao Paulo in Brazil.
Some great action here, and great to see another Brazilian podium. 2 second places here today, but really no stopping our World Cup leader. He came here with a mission to keep that jersey, to extend the lead. He did that. Good to see Molnar back on form as well. Serres not to be his final, but Kokosi really throwing in those moves, but there was no getting around the explosive man machine that is Edwin Lind. He's such a big unit. He's got so much power. Behind there was scraps, there was plenty of fighting, but it was not to be the day for anybody behind the express tread, led out by Locomotive Lind. He was the man ready with the power, with the pistons to see the job done here today. Great riding by Kokosi in second, though. I'm really impressed by the fact that he wasn't afraid to take on the big guns, the riders who've come over to Brazil.
No, and riders from Brazil in the women's final and in the men's final, that home crowd absolutely willing them onto podium spots and really giving great racing today for round 6 of the MTB Eliminator World Cup.
So as you can see, that final sprint, it really came down to Lind just holding position. Kokosi taking away his 2nd place here today. The culmination of a great day's racing. As always with the mountain bike eliminator, great fun out on course. Now, this is the moment where we saw Kokosi try and squeeze up the inside, and Lind just went, I don't think so. And there was no getting around him here. I think you could see there that really that was day done for Kokosi. That was his opportunity, that was his move. It didn't pay off. He had to then play it safe.
He did indeed, and taking the win. So both Fromberger and Lind taking their 2nd World Cup win today here in Brazil.
And some amazing crowds, some amazing support, some fantastic racing on an amazing course here today. I think the course designers should take a bow as well. Fantastic to see the racing really unfold as it did, with lots of opportunities to overtake, lots of pushing it to the limit, which is what we love about the MTB Eliminator. And of course, we saw a fantastic pair of winners.
We did indeed today. So congratulations to our winners. And it's going to be all change overall in the World Cup standings as well. And that is going to be really interesting to see. Well, it's been fabulous racing today at round 6 of the Mountainbike Eliminator World Cup from Sao Paulo in Brazil, with 2 wins from Fromberger and Lind. Next time we will be at the Orion Mall in Bangalore, India, is Sunday the 29th of September. Until then, enjoy your riding. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.